What?
That was like
Welcome to Burpod.
Welcome to Burpod.
I'm starting it. Today we got Sharma sitting in for Ryan.
Is he on camera? Did we check that?
Is he on camera?
Is he in there, or is he just like a disembodied head floating off?
Oh, I made sure.
you can only hear my voice.
You could scoot over.
Fuck
He's
you.
a ghost mystery. No, you're in it. You're in it.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit too close to Leslie.
He's in it to win
God
it.
damn it.
And then we got Leslie and Evan again to do a part deux.
Deuce. Part taking a deuce.
Part deuce. Because you wanted to redeem yourself
Yeah.
for
Well,
last
I don't know
time.
if it's redeemed. We can either go fresh, or I can explain why I'm
Well, it's up to you. Well, we can
I
go
don't know.
totally
We'll
fresh.
get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
apparently this is a crazy story I got to hear about. You know?
Oh man. Well, it's not so much crazy. It's just fucking stupid.
I'm just here to play with animals. So.
I'm just here to play with fake toys.
Leslie has decorated our set with sea animals.
We'll see if we get back into a recap. I think we should probably just roll into.
Hey,
rolling
do
in.
you guys know that walruses have the second largest penis?
No, go on.
What?
Yeah, second
Like
largest penis when it
relative
comes
to
to mammals.
their-
Relative, because there's a fucking walrus right there.
Well,
No.
what's
I mean,
number
like
one?
relative to their body size, or just like
Well,
just
well,
straight
I mean,
up
just
second
big.
largest
It's
penis.
big.
It's
It's
just
big
the
in
second
general.
largest penis.
Just big in general. I mean, you put Ricky's even next to it, and it's just like, damn, that's big.
You ever seen a duck penis?
What? No.
I've never
Like
really
up
gotten too
close?
close to a
No,
duck
yeah,
like
like-
that.
Okay, there's this funny.
Check this out.
There's this funny video I need to show you guys
Yeah,
afterwards. Just
duck.
like a duck, this guy describing a duck penis, and it's hilarious. What it is?
Describing
It looks like a corkscrew, so it, like finds its way
Okay.
in and out because like apparently,
Right.
yeah, you heard it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's-
a duck vagina is very dangerous
I'm not-
territory.
Right, I'm not proud to. There's a couple animals like that apparently.
Yeah.
Goats and pigs and like I guess ducks.
Well, do theirs fall off? 'Cause
What
I know,
about cats?
I know ducks'
What do you mean
dicks
cats?
fall
fall
off.
off?
The
The
duck,
prickly dick. The prickly dick.
the
yeah.
duck's dick falls off, and then it reforms itself to suit the next vagina.
Oh my
Shut up.
god!
No, that's
It's,
not true.
it's an adaptive
That's not-
penis.
That's not.
Holy
true.
shit!
I look, Google it right now.
I'm not googling duck's penis. Right
Well,
now. Like,
one time I watched the video of that guy who got fucked by a horse and then died.
Will
you watch that?
It was
What was that
traumatizing.
Oh God.
I
I
watched
haven't heard
it.
about that one.
That's
When I
when,
was
you're
in New
That's when
York.
you're in New York and anything can happen in New York.
It was.
Jesus. What was that called? It's like soft
There was a
hands or
name for it.
something.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't believe it. I'd
Like
never even seen it, but
Hardcastle soft hands. Or
I can just imagine a guy dying for being fucked by a horse. Like that's just such a big deal.
I heard
you
there's
don't
a
need to see
queen
it, you
that
can
did.
imagine.
Well,
it,
what was
right?
fucked up is my roommate put the iMac on to record a video of me watching it, which I didn't know to get my reaction.
The
Me and
old
pop out.
reaction video.
Okie
right?
dokie.
Yes.
Do you still have it?
No, I wish.
Ah, that would be perfect. To just pop on the screen right there, right now. Watch Leslie watch someone die from a dick.
Yeah, but then in the
Does, like,
background we gotta
weather-
see the
does the
grossest
weatherman
video
bit,
ever.
like,
Yeah.
Coming across your map from.
I
left
think
to
my
right
face
there,
just
you
went-
wanna have- Yeah.
It
Did the
just
jelly
went
donut face?
Oh, there's some of the the one video that, besides like Two Girls One Cup, like those nasty videos that ever kind of made my
God.
jaw drop. I'm like,
Oh, man.
I need to fucking die right now. I burned my eyes out. Was the Kids in the Sandbox one?
Oh
What's that?
god, yeah.
It's where a guy's getting his pee hole dildoed by a
Ooh.
it's just
Yeah.
In a
it's not-
sandbox?
no.
There was no sand
There's no
involved?
sandbox.
No
Oh.
kids, no sandbox,
just,
no nothing.
just
That's a
bait.
little better,
Bait.
actually.
Classic misdirection.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like lemon party. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, a lemon party. That
You
sounds pretty
spin
cool.
me right
No, it's not.
round.
Unless you're
Meat
old
spin.
and gay, like lemon party
Meat
would be
spin,
for
yeah.
you.
Meat Spin's a classic. That's like a rite of passage for everyone. Is
Meat spin's good.
And it was-
And you learn about a good song.
It was
a good
instant,
song, man.
instant classic. Oh shit, instant classic.
Yeah, dude.
With the meat spin. Damn, that was distracting.
I actually was just talking about the guy. I went skating today, and then the guy was talking about fucking.
Is that why you were late?
No, I literally took a nap. I was tired as shit. So
Yeah.
He's telling you.
I was up really late last
What'd you-
night,
what'd
and
you
then I
do
skated.
last night? Why you gotta be napping? It's like you didn't do anything last night. Just couldn't sleep. Night tremors.
I didn't do anything.
I'll let you decide if you want to tell it or not, but
He
I
had
think
night
you
pains.
should.
Okay, so I've been a very good person, and I've been trying to be a better person.
What do you mean lately?
The past week.
I like that's how you have to preface that. It's like, I'm being a good person. And
trying to be a good person.
Nothing ever good falls after that, but I'm hoping it does. Let's listen.
So for me, it's like if I met a girl I liked, I'm gonna fuck her, and then I liked this girl, I had sex with her, and then she told me she didn't want to date. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna hold sex off. If you want to hang out, I'm not gonna have sex with you because that would suck. And then I've held off. I went out on a date with her like a week ago. It was cool, worked out, and I said no. And then yesterday, the whole week she's been texting me, and I was just like, oh my god, I'd be an idiot to fucking say no. I'd be a fucking idiot. And I'm just like, last night I was just like, I'll go there.
Is it Doc Girl?
Doc
Girl.
Duck girl?
Duck Girl?
Doc Girl.
You whipped out your duck penis?
Doc Girl. Yeah.
Oh, it is Doc Girl.
Doc Girl. Doc Girl.
Shoot.
Yeah,
Well, I couldn't. Yeah.
Shoot.
It was fucking weird though. I was like, I felt like I was like.
Was it weird because you had to reform your penis?
No, dude, my dick didn't fall off, and I wish that would fucking happen because, jeez. But yeah, so I was just tired from that, and I went skating. But yeah, it was weird, I felt like I gave up my virginity again or something. Like I was trying to hold off, like no, I'm waiting for the right time.
Just because you got boned?
I got boned when I told myself I wouldn't do that, but.
But you did that.
I mean, you put steak in front of a fucking dog. I mean, before long, the dog's gonna eat that shit.
Not a trained dog.
Right. Do you feel bad about it now, or you're just tired?
Just tired.
It's mixed emotions.
Emotionally drained from it.
It's like fucking weird.
Really took it out of you. You mentally came, not so much physically.
Oh, well, I physically came, man. I don't know about her, but I definitely did. I'm just joking.
So that's why
I'm a people pleaser. I'm a people pleaser.
That's right.
I honestly tell chicks all the time, like, anytime I have sex with a girl, I'm like, after 5 minutes, I'll tell them straight up. Like, the second I have sex with them, I'll just be completely honest. I'll be like, this is for you. I'm like, I could literally be done in 5 minutes. I mean, I could bust it out right now. I could do it right now. Like,
I didn't know we were standing in front of such a honorable person. Like, I'm gonna fuck you, but just know at least you're gonna get yours. Which is a nice thing, but like you have to give yourself the pat on the back so they know it.
I kind of view it like
by the way,
skating,
I'm gonna fuck you good.
What do you mean view it like like I'm gonna drop in real quick?
Well, no, it's like I try to get better at it. Like if I'm just a dude, like I could literally stay in my room and just bust in that myself. Like, but it's just like I'm trying to be good at this. Like I don't want to be the guy who's like, yeah, you just fucking and he's fucking done. It's like, like I'm not trying to do that. So I always like tell him be like the next the first 5 minutes is for me. But I mean,
the rest is all you.
The rest, baby. The next 2 minutes is for you. It's like another 5.
I mean, I think that's part of being like a 30-year-old guy. Like you can control what you need to control at that point, where you're just like,
control it.
You know what? I can just sort of take care of that. I've been here many times before. I'll probably be here again.
Yeah. The best one I use all the time. I used to think of like reading. I used to think of I'm reading something like just to like hold myself off, like because then you're just not thinking about, oh my god, this is fucking awesome. Like
this is sweet.
Yeah, you're just
like
thinking
a high five.
You're just like I'm just more like okay, I'm reading like National Geographic, and that didn't fucking work because I get turned on apparently by National Geographic.
Jesus Christ, what?
So I started the ducks.
Duck penis.
So I fucking started thinking of the ugliest girl.
I think we got an episode name.
The ugliest duckling.
Duck penis.
The ugliest duckling I've ever met in my life.
Or Cocker
Ruth
Spaniels.
Ann Parker.
Ruth Ann Parker.
Who's
It's
that?
weird.
What's a Ruth Ann Parker?
What? Oh. Okay, so when a girl's like
Candy
ugly,
bar.
when a girl's ugly, like she's got to be nice. Like you got to be nice, Like I'm, you got to be nice. Otherwise, you got nothing fucking going for you, Or you're fat, you got to be nice. Like this girl, Ruth Ann Parker, if she ever hears this, she's gonna know the truth. She's a fucking bitch. Like she's such a bitch and she's so ugly. So
fucking Ruth Ann. Oh, there it is.
Whoa.
That's allowed as shit. So essentially, I just imagined Ruth Ann Parker in ninth grade. In ninth grade, and literally nothing is busting. Like nothing is going. Like so all last night, I'm just like Ruth Ann Parker. Ruth Ann Parker.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I yelled her name out when I came. Ruth Ann.
Her name was Ruth Ann Parker. Oh, come on.
That's me, dude, isn't it?
I know you keep pounding.
Yeah, you keep pounding the table.
I get a weekend fucking.
Don't do that.
Shh. I wonder if it's going through.
Oh, it's definitely picking that up. Sorry, people.
Yeah.
Stop like.
I get hyped.
Putting the fucking judgment
You're
down.
upside down hands
You-
like this.
You are suppressing my being.
No,
Okay.
it's fine. No, like I honestly, I was totally worried about being all up in this thing, just like. Anyway. That's
Could
what
you
I
imagine
think
if
about.
Ruth Ann Parker like watched this though and she saw that and hunted you out like, you think I'm ugly? And then she was like really, really hot and nice too.
No, I've seen her now. She's still ugly.
She's gonna see this.
Yeah. I mean, I think you showed me her.
It wasn't me.
Yeah,
is
someone
she?
recently
haven't-
showed me her, and
I
I was
have
like,
not-
ooh.
Is she funny?
No. She's funny looking. I mean,
Oh.
I mean, she is the joke.
Relentless on the Ruth.
Because she's a bitch, dude.
On the
like,
rap.
If she was nice, I would never talk shit about her.
RAP.
Never talk.
Rap.
So is she just mean?
She's mean.
She
Yeah,
was
she's
pretty
as fuck.
mean.
She's really mean.
Really?
She used to ride your bus.
I mean, at least in school though. So
So you think she's mean because she's ugly?
She's mean because I'm sure she got made fun of a lot, which sucks. But just, there are a lot of people get made fun of because they're ugly, you know?
we're gonna have to take a small intermission.
Oh, no.
And we'll pick this up in
bit.
skirt. You guys won't notice it because it's gonna edit to be, and we'll be like, all right,
It's gonna be
and
do, 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 do.
Well, actually, we'll notice because our hands will be in different places and body will
Wait,
be
wait, wait.
positioned
So
different.
we're
We
gonna
should
have
all do musical chairs. Just get
All right,
different.
hold on. Let's put it through it.
Let's just do that.
Why is
all right,
it-
let's stop for a second. And then,
Shut. It's
Okay.
fine. Just cut that out.
Yeah.
We're back.
All right, here we go. We fixed everything.
Did we
Everything's
leave?
better now.
Yeah.
Did we leave?
I think last time I used the purple cable, I really was like in.
No, it was blue.
No, I used blue. It just worked better last
Yeah, you were
time.
sitting same place last time.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
It's fine.
So back to Mike Sharma.
sounds like I need to get a new used remote.
Yeah, I just got tired. I mean, we were up pretty late last night, so then I went. I mean,
Go.
she was waiting. She's waiting for it. It's been like a long time since I gave it to her. You know.
You guys just
Um,
like his humble brag right now, too.
Right,
He's like,
right.
"Oh, so
She's
sorry,
waiting.
I just fucking all night. I did it all for her.
I got it.
She
I mean,
came
I'm not-
so
I'm not-
much. It was all because of me. I
Right.
did it. I made her feel intense emotion and pleasure.
She was able
with
to
my
reimburse
dick.
her
And
fucking
then I had to
ticket. She's been
nap.
waiting
And
on.
then I had to
And then I had to
Right.
nap.
Then I had to
Recharge.
nap.
I was
right.
fucking. I mean, I'm not big and I'm not tall, but I'm definitely can stick it. You know, it's just like it worked out for me.
Nailed
so.
the landing on that one. Yeah.
But yeah, so gotta recharge. You know.
There you
after
go.
that. But that's why I was tired. That's why I was late. I'm sorry.
You're
Well,
so your chivalry knows no bounds, Mike.
Fuck her. Whatever.
I mean, that's what this is all about.
You could have saved that,
That's
but
kind of what it's all about, really. You get born, you eat some shit, you try to make another one, and
I
then you
ate
get
so
on
much
with it.
shit.
Yep.
all right. I have a question. I wanted to ask you.
We got a brand new bed, though, by the way.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about your bed.
Yeah, way better topic than whatever he was gonna say.
I was gonna bring up the fatigues because I wanted to hear more about this
Ooh.
guy.
Dude,
but-
yes.
But I wanna
I
hear about
ask
your
him about it
mattress
all
first.
the time, dude.
Man, I've started feeling like uncomfortable about that shit, and like I've never felt uncomfortable about wearing those in public because it's my grandfather's, right? So I wear them because like, yeah, it's my family. Like I should be able to wear that. That feels like. And then you brought up the like whole like, oh, did somebody think you're like a retired man? I'm like, I wasn't in World War II. Like, it's just like
you age really well.
yeah, yeah.
I
mean,
changed
did
your
your
entire
wife.
mentality.
no, like when the same time you hit me with that, like a couple other people were hitting me with that. I was like, come on, like.
All right, just so we be
Oh,
clear, because
whatever.
they don't know what we're talking about.
Right, okay,
So
so-
the story was, I said I wore this out in public for the first time because Evan gave me
God.
this.
Right, and
And
it's U.S. Marine Corps,
World War II fatigue.
circa World War II, and I have a couple of them from my grandfather, which I feel like is a normal thing. Like a grandfather would leave his
Yeah.
like grandson
Well-
or family or whatever, and
Well, see, I was wearing this out at tacos for my first time, and then I thought to myself, what if someone saw this and saw I was a disability person because of the
Right.
military thing, and then
Right.
they thought that was on the wheelchair? Because not because my mind went there just because for the hell of it, is because that's happened to me before. Had a friend at a bar come up to me and,
with friends like
yeah,
these who needs enemies, kind
exactly.
of thing.
Like he was drunk and told this one dude that I was shot in Afghanistan. That's why I'm in the
my
wheelchair.
God.
The guy comes up and just like starts hugging me. He's like, "Thank you, man. I love you so much. Appreciate it." And I don't want to ruin this guy's entire
Right,
world.
you
So
just
I'm
Right.
like,
off.
"Thanks. I did it for
I
you."
totally went to
Yeah.
Afghanistan.
This
and
is
I
for
go
you.
outside and cry and fall out of my chair and say, "How am I supposed to live with myself?"
Fuck it.
No, I mean
Wait, I thought you said that. I didn't know that was your grandfather's
Well,
because I
okay,
was asking
so-
him about it.
it. I don't know if all of them are. I have a bunch that are McNeil family.
Okay.
Right? My grandfather, last name McNeil, so my mom kept her maiden name.
Is that your last name?
No, my last name's Peters. So
Peters.
like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, my mom kept her maiden name. My dad's Peters, so that's just is what it is. I don't really put too much in.
Oh, it's your mother's.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then so her father had a brother, Jack, for the most part, these are all his fatigues. Those are all his things. But I have like my grandfather Hector's like sweet officer's jacket. And it works, fits perfectly. It's not like I'm wearing that around, right? Like there's only so many things you can put on that, and you're going through the closet like I should wear a World War II officer's jacket. Yeah, like I'm going grocery shopping.
Well, see, at least with you though, I mean, even still, like came to like. You can at least tell like, no, I'm wearing it because I like it and I like, I respect America. Like you're not being the ones that are actually like dressing up and trying to get free shit and
I don't
stuff.
have like a bucket out front with a Post-it note on it.
You and me looked it up. Remember, it was
it's called Stolen Valor.
Stolen Valor. These people that will dress up and then they'll confront them and be like, oh, you were in that? What's your infantry unit or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
they
been
bring
going
disrespect.
on for a while, actually. I had friends in high school.
Right, so
that did like collect our troops buckets on the side of the road.
That's so shiesty.
Yeah,
it doesn't even.
No, man. I wear this out of respect.
The worst thing about the shystiness of that is that you actually have to put some legwork into thinking about that plan.
Yeah.
Like you have to sit down and be like, oh, I'm going to plan this out so nobody does catch me. If they do, like I'm going to run left, right? You run right. Yeah.
It's so
like
fucked.
it's wrong and you're still doing it. Yeah, it's so fucked
Right.
up.
Yeah.
So
So no, this whole thing is like, I don't know. I guess I fit like the old like traditional soldiers builds. The stuff fits me real nice, so I like it. It's tough. It's like heavy duty.
It's
I wear
huge
them.
on me.
I wear them around the
I have
house. They got
one.
nice broad
It has,
shoulders. Like
Arabic
got
or
a good
Sanskrit
story
in the
behind it.
back of it.
Really?
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not original. The inside has the pocket that he removed from the right breast, so it wouldn't be like standard issue. So
Oh, I thought that was reversible.
no, that's why you have a pocket on both sides. So like I might wear mine reversible, depending on where I'm at or where I'm going. Like the other side on mine will just say McNeil over the pocket, but he did it because having all of your pockets on the outside of your jacket when you're supposed to be running around fighting people seems like a disadvantage. Like you only need so many. You can reach in your jacket and have stuff in there.
Yeah.
But no, he was like he was apparently a big deal. I don't know. I wasn't there. I went to his funeral. I know as little as much as you would know about your grandfather's brother type thing or your grandfather. And even then, it's like either you read it in a book, you try to Google it, you try to talk to your parents, and then they probably still don't know the whole story either. But the best I can understand, he was extremely important. If you hit him up on a search engine or a book or something, you're only going to get a couple of lines about what he did, but you will get his rank, which was like colonel, and he was up there. There's like helicopters and horses and guns and all that stuff at his funeral. From what I understand, he went into like pre-Vietnam kind of like logistics, kind of feet on the ground, figure out what we're doing before we start doing kind of thing.
So
first infantry.
But I was asking him about that because like he said he went in for pre-Vietnam in like the late 40s. Is
right.
that
So
true?
after World War, as far as I know, that's true. But I don't know.
That's like really early, don't you think?
It is really early.
That's
But that's what
super
I mean.
early.
That's like when you need to get the plans for things before there are plans for things. It's sort of the reaction mission or the
Intel.
foresight mission or the.
No, there's a word for it. God damn it.
I mean, there could be
recon.
I'm sure. Yeah, recon. I'm sure there's a number of words
Reconnaissance.
for it. I mean, you could also just call it like military vacation. Like it's like
To Vietnam.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so then my grandfather Hector McNeil and his wife, grandmother
Hector.
Phyllis. Well, he just went by Mac, which was pretty tight, right?
Phyllis.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
No, she was always
Mac.
like, I've been to every country but like 3. And you're like, oh, that's nice for you. That sounds pretty sweet. No, I don't know. I think they're sweet. They're good denim. They hold up. They were made one time. Like I can't even get a pair of jeans that'll last me, like
Hollister
3
jeans.
years. Hollister jeans. They're made of like paper mache. Just shred.
Dude, like I said, this thing is huge
Dude,
on me, but I love it. It's so
Right.
fucking comfortable and like it's just warm enough to like
Right.
not like
even the ink has stayed on, and that was probably printed off in like I don't know, 43 or something.
That's so cool. Like I think that's the coolest thing is that that's actually a piece of history.
right.
Because I
got
was
the
like,
pant- you can buy them on eBay if you're looking into stealing somebody's valor, but no.
like I was.
How do
yes.
they get by that? How do they get by that? We lived with this crazy roommate who was into like buying like questionable historical materials. He's like, oh yeah, you can buy all that stuff on eBay. I'm like, what is eBay selling anyway?
That's crazy.
Everything apparently.
How do they
Nazi knives.
Nazi knives, yeah.
Nazi knives.
Nazi knives.
Do you like how World War II though? I am out, which is with the
Yeah, you got
Captain
that
America,
Captain-
the Captain America shirt too, product of World War II.
Right.
That's why I like World War II. There was actual
All the-
super villain, a real life super
There's only
villain.
a few things to like about.
Yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying. There was an actual real life super villain in the world, and the world stood together like heroes. and beat them up.
Can I just call out how bad the American education system is?
Yes.
Because
Yeah, let's go there.
well,
Leslie's
because-
all in on the education.
Yeah, because
she's trying
I
to fix
was-
that problem right now.
dude, I try every time because I was talking to Mimi on the phone and she was like, she didn't know that we had lost Vietnam.
What do you mean lost it?
We lost it.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
We lost it. The
Disappeared.
purpose of whatever we did literally happened 2
Didn't
years after we
work,
signed a
right.
treaty. Yeah.
yeah, they're sitting there like, what do you mean by lose? And you're like, well, you went to do one thing and that didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Well, that's not really a loss.
Your
but,
goal wasn't successful.
You lost. We lost. And we lost a lot of fucking dudes for nothing because what did the North Vietnamese do in 1975? Took our Saigon like it was fucking nothing. And it's like, oh, cool. So why do we be there for 10 years and try and train the Arbin? Oh, for fun. You know, just so CCR could have like footage for a fucking video.
Or
you
a
know?
story.
Right?
We
It's
did
like,
it for a
geez.
poster. We did it for a movie. We
Yeah.
did it for a, We liked the weather.
Yeah. So that Mel Gibson can make a shitty movie called We Were Soldiers.
That's a weird. We were soldiers. We are Titan.
We are Titan. Yeah. So I was just like, you didn't
That's
know
a
that we
stupid
lost?
fucking movie.
That is a stupid, what?
Remember the Titans? Like they
The
put together a
football
dream
movie?
team, but
Yeah.
they had like
I've never seen it.
They had a
Good
Ross.
movie.
They had like a free agency pool that was like the
It was
entire
good in
county.
like elementary school. I don't know if I'd watched it again.
I mean, after I learned about
I
like,
don't
the
know.
fact that they just like consolidated a bunch of schools into one, I was like, of course they put together a dream team. They had like
Yeah.
all of the talent. They could have
Yeah.
they could have had, you know, a bunch of crappy schools, but there's bound to be like 2 or 3 kids from each one that would be amazing at whatever.
Yeah,
they're
and
doing
it's
for.
not like they were just like, let's take everyone, like, and the
Yeah,
shitty
yeah.
ones included. It's like, no, we're taking
Yeah.
all the good ones.
Yeah,
like,
only
for
the good
every
ones,
fucking
yeah.
school, yeah.
Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, she's cute. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just
And that story took place in Northern Virginia, right?
yeah.
It
Robinson?
did.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Robinson. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Robinson's in what, Alexander?
Robinson
I
was like
think?
it's
Or it's in-
off of Braddock, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We live in a
Fairfax.
pretty historical place.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying
Sure
remember
do.
the Titans like history, but
Yeah. So
stuff
My
happens
mom
here.
remembers
Yeah,
it.
stuff
My mom
happens.
went to the high school. Remember, she was.
I
saying
worked
that?
with Mike. Still remembered that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How funny is it like where Leslie and I live at? And we have to explain like, no, we live in Manassas by address. But they're like, that's over in Woodbridge. I'm like, yeah, okay. So
But
for
it's
a while,
also in Clifton. Like, just go down.
for a while, I started calling it Manbridge or Wood Asses.
What asses.
Yeah, I live in Manbridge,
Right on the edge.
right on the tip of Manbridge.
The man bridge is called the Gooch, my friends.
That's it. That's right.
He's right.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, gee willy.
Oh, Jesus.
Sweet Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
So can we, Mother Pucker, right?
Are you
Bad.
plugging it? Are you plugging it right now?
Plugging it.
Drink it, Bad Wolf. Give us beer.
Speaking of local history, we did local history night over there to try to improve not just the kids' education, but our adults' education
Ooh.
in
It was
the
fun.
area.
Yeah.
They did what is Brains and Beers, or Brains and Brews, or whatever. It's
Yeah.
probably some sort of double alliteration play.
No, I'm just
probably.
kidding.
Yeah. But
Just tell him to fuck off.
right. Fuck
That's
right.
cool, though,
Give me
man.
more beer.
Give me more
I
beer.
don't care about your history. More beer.
Bring the fuck up.
It'd be like the South Park episode with the schnapps, where they were doing the Civil War reenactment.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that was a good one.
So Leslie, what's wrong with Americans' education system
Please
right
tell
now?
us.
And where is it
shit.
most afflicted? Is it the like on a scale from like 5 years old to like
This is gonna get so deep.
20 some odd? I didn't finish my bachelor's. You finished your bachelor's. So like as far as I'm concerned, I guess the greatest affliction for my generation died out after an associate's.
So you're asking like, what age is?
Yeah, where are we
the-
most in trouble?
All of it.
All right, guys, you heard it. Burn it all down. Start from scratch.
Start from scratch.
Well, shit.
Well, I actually, I watched. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, you go.
No, you
please.
go.
No.
No, you go.
You.
Okay, I'll go.
All right.
Okay, you go.
No, you go.
I was.
We go.
I asked the
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Da-da-da.
Dude, that was the gayest shit. When I was in DC, I'd literally see motherfuckers wearing suits and shit, walking around being like, yeah. I'm just like, dude, are you serious?
So what?
No, it's not that. It's just crazy to
He's
me that
mad
was
at
that.
them.
It got
He's
that
mad
big.
at- He's mad at their
pissed.
fun.
He's totally
Yeah.
busy.
I was
Why
not
can't
about
I
it, dude.
enjoy life on that scale?
I was
Look how
hating like
fucking
crazy.
happy they look.
I saw
I
like
can't
people,
have that.
there's like
Shit off
couples
their
doing it
face,
together, and I
yeah.
was like, we got a couple.
Yeah, my brother and my brother and sister-in-law, they do it together. It's a little.
do
It
you mean by
blows
that?
my mind.
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
They
Pokemon Go.
they play Pokemon Go together. They go out like Pokemon
good.
hunting and stuff,
That's
and it's
fun.
like it's an event for them. Like,
I knew it would be fun to do. I just think it's so fucking wild.
You
So,
just
like,
can't-
it got that quickly. It was like people were just fucking on it out there. I was out in Old Town Manassas one time skating around like 4 a.m. I got fucking little kids running around. When we were sneaking out to smoke weed, these kids are sneaking out to fucking be like, "There's a Squirtle over there." I was like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
Squirtle.
Yeah,
no,
they were at the pavilion being like, "There's a Squirtle over there."
I
was
don't
like,
think they'd sneak out for a Squirtle.
Yeah, you
Squirtle's
know-
pretty easy to find.
No. They snuck out to go.
Charmander.
They
Yeah.
snuck out to go Pokemon Going. But then what really was old
But you
out there
said
was
for a
Squirtle.
Squirtle. I'm trying to let you know they
Right.
wouldn't have gone out for a Squirtle.
No, they would have gone out.
For
like,
something way better.
Oh, there's a fucking beeper roll. I better. No, anyway,
There's 300 Magikarps over there.
Jesus.
Oh shit!
What's it doing? It's splashing.
Splashing.
No, imagine the sort of like elephant in the room situation when you're working for a company and somebody gets in a vehicle crash and you know it's because they were playing Pokemon Go, but nobody wants to write that down on the like official report. Like, was distracted. Right? We can all agree we were
was
distracted.
distracted.
Mobile device may have been involved. Like,
Nowadays,
I was trying to flick the sign.
Nowadays it's
the-
like a
the-
guarantee.
It's a guarantee nowadays.
Yes.
yeah. No, and it was like right in the like real intense swarm of the Pokemon Go, where there's people, you know, by the thousands pushing into the
Just going out,
streets. Like,
man. It was wild.
yeah, I got to watch people's radar and like their routes, like where they went. I was like, why'd you go like 20 minutes out of your way? And they're like,
And just
I'd rather
stop.
not. I had to poop. And you're like,
Well, wasn't it sketchy when like people go like the ghettos and shit to like they
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
realize where they were going?
no, people
What
were
kind
setting
of
up.
Pokemon do
People
you
were
think they
setting up
put in the
muggings
ghetto?
and shit.
Like meows.
probably like ghastly.
Fucking
fucking
Or what's
ghastly.
the little like
Pokemon went.
the like chocolate popsicle stick looking one?
What?
Fudgesicle?
Doug?
Yeah.
Diglett?
Yeah.
Oh,
Diglett. Yeah.
Diggo tree.
Yeah, and it evolves and it just gets
Dig
two
Trio.
buddies.
Just 3 of them.
Yeah,
It's
just
like,
3 of them.
It's like, whoa, where's the
Whoa.
brain at? Like, how do you kill
Yeah.
this thing?
Yeah, should we have
What the
3
fuck?
health bars? What do we do here? Who's in charge here? Yeah. So we're all just fucked, right? The education thing. We're
Yeah.
This is the problem: is we can't fucking stay
On
focused
top.
on a single thing.
I have a funny story.
They're like, let's build a rocket ship, and more or less we blow something up.
about the
Just-
education
yeah.
system.
All right, let's do
the school I
stories.
worked at,
I like stories.
the school I worked at, we did an after-school program. So we would go pick up the kids at the elementary school, and we had a bus driver who they had to wait at the school for some reason for like 15 minutes, and he was hanging out with the kids. And one of the children wanted to pick
Oh,
up trash on the school property. He was like, yeah, that's fine. So we have a trash can on the bus. So he goes and pulls the trash can off. Kids picking up trash. They load all the kids back onto the bus. And we drive back to our site where we work. And the guy empties the trash and is full of like empty beer cans. And so
This is
so he
the-
let
He had this
he
little
let,
kid with
he let a
I can
6-year-old.
explain.
He let a
That is the fucking
6-year-old.
problem.
Yeah, I can explain.
He let a 6-year-old pick up trash, and the kid filled the trash can with empty beer cans, and then
Right.
put it back on a bus full of kids with a bus driver.
Anheuser-Busch
I was like,
started making
that's
juice
what's wrong with
boxes. Right?
Maybe that's what's right about our school system.
Right.
Ingenuity, you know?
What does that say about that guy though? It's like, gotta get ready for the little shits. Gotta pound 2, 3, and then just escalated from there.
Or like, what's even weirder is that was the trash like around the school. Like what,
Exactly,
like
yeah.
what
What's
degenerate?
going on, yeah.
What degenerate was like, oh, you guys want to go out tonight? Well, it's
It was the
Wednesday
teacher's
night.
lunch
Let's go
break.
drink by the outside of the preschool.
Let's drink and watch kids.
A lot of trim coming
Hey,
around the
I
preschool
do.
right now. Like this is ridiculous.
You have a problem.
You're right.
No, I actually I read an article about how like what's important when it comes to like grade school or like post grade school education, right.
Right.
And what's really important, especially when it comes to like developing countries. I don't know about fucking America because America is just an outlier, but it's just
Free for
ridiculous.
all.
Yeah, free for
It's
all.
a free for all.
But it's grade school.
As I'm here dressed in
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's an
All
early
American.
education
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's how you learn
It's not
to
a
like
bad thing.
live a
But-
good,
no.
healthy life.
I love
and
America.
And-
ideals and things like
And
that.
standardized testing is really what the problem is.
That is a problem.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the push through system.
Yeah,
Just,
because
just get it, just pass it, just figure
Yeah,
it out.
no, it's not what works. You know, in college, I used to always tell my professors, I'd always think, you know, like, you're dealing with economics and you can think in a different way. And I always tried to think in different ways. And they'd be like, "Ugh, you're too far out the box. Like, think inside the box.
We want you to
Well,
go
I'm like,
outside
what
the
the
box, but not
fuck are you
too
telling
far
me right
outside the
now?
box.
but our school system is they make it in a way where they put our brains into a box. Like, we are trained into thinking inside a box, and the whole time they're telling us to think outside the box.
But it's like a trick. It's
It
really
is.
not.
Yeah,
and then
it's a control
anytime you
trick.
go outside the
Yes,
box,
and
they
they-
slap you across the face. And be like, what are you doing? And you're like, you told me to do that. Like,
When I was in college, like, if I didn't like an assignment I was given, like, to make another PowerPoint after like 50 that you do semester after semester, I was just got to the point where I'd be like, I would just like write papers or write stories about like why I wasn't gonna do that and just get like ace them.
no, yeah.
Just like,
I remember
"I'm not
specifically
gonna-"
a,
I wish I could do that. I'd fail.
I remember a bio exam where I was supposed to write like a paper on like more or less, let's just say how evolution works or whatever. Instead, I just drew like a series of pictures. Right? Aced it. Like the teacher was like, yeah, all right, sure.
Works out.
That makes sense. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You ever seen those YouTube videos where it's like best things written on a test or something? You seen that?
It's
so
like,
fucking
what's the
witty.
answer to go
So
fuck
witty,
yourself?
dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
I would never have thought that. You
Yeah,
know?
because they're fake, right? Because you.
But
Google-
someone thought of them. So
you
either
Googled
way,
it. Yeah, either way.
either way,
Yeah,
they're
right.
funny as shit. Because
Yeah.
even if it's the guy who made the video,
There's
did
got to
it.
be at least like 1% of them that's like
See,
real. Like
right.
there's got to be some actual funny kid out there.
Yeah, for
Right?
sure. And like the only reason you spend so much fucking time wasting on the internet is because you're actually looking for those little gems that actually that did actually end up being true and
Right.
did actually like provide amusement. The rest is garbage, right? And
Yeah.
You get that hesitancy where you're like,
If I were in school, it wouldn't be garbage.
Well,
I think the
no,
school
that's-
system did me right. I was never expelled from school in 10th grade for holding marijuana.
why would that happen? That I'm glad
never
that
happened.
That would never happen.
I had a great GPA and was a scholar and got
Scholar.
honors list and
Always.
everything.
Always.
It's okay.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, school system.
I only got through school because of that.
Right.
So
Yeah, the main door by drama club was the easiest one to sneak out of. Just
Oh
walk
yeah,
right
right.
on out.
I never
No.
snuck out. I never skipped
What?
school.
Well, I don't know if it's sneaking if you just walk
I was
straight
sneaking
out.
all the time.
I never skipped school.
Yeah,
I would-
during lunch.
I would call myself out from the art room,
What
pretending to be
was
my
weird-
mom to like let me go.
What was weird is after I graduated high school, I would sneak back in to hang out with her.
in the art room? Yeah.
Like, what
Who's
are you
this
doing?
fucking
Yeah.
creepy guy?
Well, I don't know. I was like youngest in my grade, or younger in my grade, right? When you're born at the end of your grade year.
That's me.
Yeah, so like you're not too out of place when you come
True.
come rolling
That's true.
around.
And Mr.
So you graduated when you were
Farland loved
17?
Barely. May 10th is my birthday, so it's like May 10th and school's over. Right?
Oh, yeah.
June rolls up and then it's like, yeah, bye. You're like,
Yeah,
all
I'm born in
right,
October,
whatever.
Evan. So.
Oh, oof,
Yeah,
oof.
I should be 09, but
Yeah,
I literally
yeah,
went to
yeah.
Christian school first. So
Ah.
that's why I was able to be.
Did you?
Yep, I went to Christian school.
Christian school?
Christian school. They used to tell me I was a bad child. They'd be like,
Why?
they'd be like, you're a bad child because like I was in first grade or something. They were like, let Jesus into your heart, just
Right.
let him in. And I was like, doesn't make any sense. Like I don't have a door. Like I don't understand.
What
like,
do you mean?
And they're and like you're a unchristian boy.
There's only
Whatever.
blood in there.
And I used to
don't
have
wanna
chapel
put-
every Wednesday, and they'd
tiny
always give
person.
me shit.
I went to a Christian school for 1 year. It was my 9th grade year, so I never went to public school till 10th grade. But I remember trying to take a class on like speech or something, and they said I couldn't because I was a girl, and only the men in the school could be like do the sermons and gospel. And I was like, what?
That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
That
I
is super
Yes.
weird.
There's
I don't
lot
see a
of-
problem.
There's a lot of conflicts that, like, obviously are
Just
coming up
kidding.
recently where it's something that's, like, it's not, like, lifting something up and putting down, where they're like, well, girls can't do that. And you're like, well, I don't know.
I don't really know. Like
I don't
I think
really-
they can.
Well,
Like,
they kind
We
of
can-
can.
Who
Just
wrote
do
that
it better.
rule down? Yeah. No, actually, rewind. So you hate
Remake.
people's enjoyment when they have their own thing going and you see them in public having fun. You hate that.
Yeah, if I see someone having fun, and I'm not having fun,
You're just
then
like,
I'm just
"Fuck
like,
this shit."
I'm gonna fuck their day up right now.
Right. How can I fuck this up? No, that's like a common thing that Leslie and I have thought about for, I don't know, like a decade or more. It's because most of the time, you know, we've been together for fucking ever. We're married and shit.
Destroying people's happiness.
Yeah. 'Cause,
Yes.
like,
Is that what
we
you're getting
don't-
at?
And
no,
each other.
Yeah, 'cause
Brings you happiness.
well, we don't want to be those asshole couples that's either like just screaming at each other in public or just like tongue down each other's throat in public, like all up in their shit. And we try to reach that middle ground where we can still have friends, where they don't like feel crappy around us. Like either they're like, either they hate happiness or we're being disgusting legitimately. Right? So
You know I'm
That's a
joking
common
when
thing.
I say that, right?
He's not.
he's not.
He's
though.
really
he
not.
really does
He really
hate people.
genuinely
having fun
means
with
it,
guys.
like,
He saw a
you could-
swarm of people going after an Articuno, and he was like, "I'm gonna fucking mow them down." Just Got the Grand Caravan all revved up.
Mike's the kind of person who wouldn't steal candy from baby. He fucking punch him in the face first, then
He'd
take it.
slap the baby and be like, "You don't need candy. Eat healthy."
And then eat the candy in front of him like, you see how good this tastes?
I love babies, man.
I know.
Why?
You did so good with Jonah and Kimmy.
Why?
I love them, dude. I love kids. I love kids like maybe 1 to like 4. Like that age is like they're so
Really?
innocent. They're
What do
so
you, like,
innocent.
What do you trade them in after that?
Oh, dude, if I could, jeez. I put them in a school for 6 years or 7 years till they're 11.
Like
You know,
boarding
till,
school?
till they're in middle school.
And
Yeah.
then
Like
again-
boarding school.
Yeah,
just
you're
send them
gone.
away.
You're gone for 6 years. Never see you.
They
Never
get into lacrosse.
Yeah. They get big as shit. They come back like, you put me in fucking boarding school. Like, I'm sorry, you just that age, that 5
Couldn't
to
handle it.
that 5 to 11 is really fucking annoying.
You're a little shit.
Well, because I don't like that age because they're old enough that they can speak their mind, but they're so young that they're super ignorant and they don't
They're just
know
wrong
anything.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even ignorant, arrogant.
Well,
Arrogant,
They get really
yeah.
clever at that age too, because
Yeah.
they're still thinking outside the box at that age.
Yeah.
But
There's this cool.
Why does there even have to be a box?
You ever seen that show, Mind Games?
society.
Society made you
Yeah,
think it was
wait,
about
Mind
Brain
games? I
games?
love
Yeah,
mind games.
that show. Have you ever seen the show?
Brain
Mind
Games.
Games?
Good one.
Brain Games.
Brain
Brain
games.
games.
Yeah,
Brain
that's
games,
it.
yeah.
Where they were talking about like they wanted to. They
How
had
many
a-
water bottles do we show you this episode? And you're like, oh, 4. And they're like, 23. And you're like,
Whoa!
how did I miss all those water bottles? Why wasn't I looking? Yeah.
Because we don't care.
They had a good-
Nobody cares about your fucking water bottles. It wasn't a trick. You're just an asshole. Like,
back-
they actually reviewed the footage and found something that was in the footage each time and then counted it like they meant to.
But you know, the next episode you watched, you were like, look.
Oh, yeah.
You go out.
You're
watching for-
Where the
you're
fuck's
looking
the
for
water
water
bottle?
Yeah, I'm counting whiskers like on the guy's fucking lip. Like, hey, he didn't shave. It's Tuesday. Every episode was filmed on a Tuesday. Yeah, just ridiculous.
Like, how would I fucking
But-
know that? Like,
They had an episode like that where they were having a bunch of adults come in and draw something, and then they're like, all right, now draw this, but think like a child this time.
I've
And then
seen that.
everything just fucking blew open, and like it was.
it's pretty
Cool.
cool, man. Like,
It's like
well,
freeform.
It's like I always talk about this, right? And I actually was talking to Tommy about this when we were over your house the other day, or your parents' house. Is that, you know, we like, we're in a society like, okay, if the Mayans did all that crazy shit where they would like literally like have fucking parades when people would get fucking slaughtered on top of this fucking pyramid, and
they're hyped
they
on
thought
it.
that was normal. But it's like, what if our society, if we were pulled back to like a child, but we
Right.
were still coherent enough as an adult, right, that we would look at it and say, that's fucking wrong.
Like, that's not
Like,
normal.
that's not normal. But
Yeah.
a kid doesn't know, an adult doesn't know. Because an adult's grown up with it, a child doesn't know what the fuck he's seeing. But as an adult, we could be pulled back and seeing, say, religion or government for the first time.
So I worked in a school that had a free thinking philosophy that was like all nature based, and free thinking. But
It's organic.
yeah,
It's organic.
the
Costs like
philosophy
80% more.
Super hippie.
kind of, yeah. It started in like Reggio Emilia, Italy, and but the whole idea of the school is the children are their own teachers, and the teacher in the room is kind of like an aid to themselves, and the environment is also the teacher. So you set up provocation for the children, and they figure out how to like put things together and ask questions in a way where you can answer them, and they learn in a way that they want. But it only works at really young ages because, like I said, children get really clever and they learn how to kind of.
Right.
Isn't that like
Not
what some
like-
charter schools are kind of based
Yeah.
off of? That whole
Yeah.
aspect.
It's pretty
yeah.
cool, though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely different.
Well, they just like, all right, so if you're going to have like a little shithead kid that's just super, super motivated to just think on their own, you know, play devil's advocate or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Those schools are designed to at least like focus that power, right?
Yeah.
You know? Like if you're clearly expelling energy to an end, right?
Yeah.
We might not agree with that end, but maybe we can sort of point you somewhere that might be useful.
You're really dumb, but you're good at this, so
Yeah.
we're gonna help you with
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Like you're a fucking retard, but you know what? Let's get you to
almost-
this one spot that you're good at.
It's not
Yeah.
like something they're good at. It's more of like an interest. So like say like a child is interested in pumpkins. Okay, so you use the pumpkin to teach them everything, like seed counting. You use the pumpkin to do like science experiments, like testing whether it floats or sinks. You use it to do art, like all like so you choose whatever their interest is, like one thing, and you teach them everything through that one interest, if that makes
And
sense.
then hope they apply that to
Yeah,
life.
so you teach them
Yeah.
how to apply skills in different ways to like one thing.
How many times have you heard, but you just don't apply yourself?
My whole entire
right,
life.
so-
Right.
I just realized that everyone on the other end of the camera probably doesn't even know like why, like what you they still think of you as model from the last episode. Inform everyone
Yeah.
what you actually
God,
do,
the
so you
last
know why
episode
you
was a
actually know all about
train
this.
wreck.
So I've been working at a preschool and also an after-school program for elementary school kids. So I was a lead preschool teacher and for like 4 and 5-year-olds.
You said you wrote a couple like programs yourself and everything, right?
Yes, I did. So when I was finishing, I'm a health education major, and so I had to write a behavior change program to graduate school. So I chose mindfulness to work with kids because I always like working with kids. So I implemented that there. It worked, but I'm not doing that anymore here. So I'm working on behavior therapy now up here. Okay. So it's almost like the exact opposite. So behavior therapy is like clinical work through insurance. So you're measuring children's behavior as opposed to like nurturing their like out of the box thinking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like two sides of.
So basically, you are qualified to talk everything that we were talking about. We weren't just shooting shit out to the.
Right.
Well, we're talking about philosophy in a sense, right? And philosophy, I mean, anyone can talk about it, but she just has an educated side. Right, she can talk about the educating side and just
first-hand experience.
Yeah, exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Oh my God.
Way different than the modeling, where you're just sort of recipient of everybody else's design.
But she was also 18.
Right.
I mean,
I was. I'm 28 now.
she was a free bird. You know?
Free bird in it.
Yes, Leonard Skinner was talking about Leslie 20 years in the future. You know?
like
Jesus.
free bird.
I definitely had a moment at that last podcast to just touch on it briefly, like when she was talking about modeling and some stuff that I hadn't necessarily heard in quite the details she was going over. I was like, I had the Zoolander. I said, but why male models, right? Like, what exactly was she hired to do? Like, what do we? Yeah, I just went down a whole vector there.
It's pretty weird though. Like I hadn't seen Leslie in so long, and I knew that you had modeled or whatever. So I saw the podcast. It's like, oh yeah, and we talked about it whenever I saw you. But it's weird because whenever people ask me, when they're like, man, like, why are you such a piece of shit? Like why are you such like hippie? I mean, all of us are basically like hippie type of people. We don't give a fuck about shit, right? When I think back to when it really started,
I don't know about that. But yeah, sure, let's go with it.
Well, when it like started, I mean, all of us, like all the people we grew up with, but I mean. Not like Mimi or anyone. You're
Ricky's like fucking, I'm a goddamn saint.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
When I think about like free living, like whatever, just kind of like an open mindset or whatever, I think back when I met Leslie when I was like 15. And honestly, it's nothing. Okay, I know it's like creepy that I had your photo in my wallet, but when
Dude, pull that out on camera. Let's tell the story right now because they don't know.
I do it because it mattered.
Me and Mike used to be best friends.
Yeah, man.
We didn't see each other for 10 years.
There it is.
And he's had that picture in his wallet for
a long time. Long time, man. But I mean, it's just like it's kind of like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's weird for you, but I don't give a fuck.
Oh no. Evan,
but you know, it's just kind of like you meet certain people in your life, and they have a certain open mindset, and like you as a person, you've always felt that like there is that type of like train of thought, that it's not just how everyone else has thought, but you meet someone else who may think that way. And we were so fucking young, we we're like 15 years old, right. So it's like we don't know what the fuck's going on. And then when you get older, you realize like, oh shit, like that was pretty fucking tight. Like met someone else who was just like fucking me. Like that's when I met you, and you were like, yeah, I don't fucking do Instagram, I don't do anything. Like I started smoking because of Black and Miles. I was like, dude, that was my fucking life. That was the last
Black and Miles.
Dude, I was
like, Jesus, dude, that was fucking weird.
You tie this into like news right now. I was livid the other day. All right, so I stopped using Facebook 6 years ago. I just stopped using it when I moved, and I called it bullshit years and years and years ago. So I stopped using it.
Instagram.
Right?
I have it for the podcast.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's plenty of reasons to have it. I don't have any
Business is
reasons to have it at the moment, and I didn't have any reasons to have it years and years and years ago. So I just stopped using it. I just unsubscribed basically. But I get a text message a couple months on after I deleted it or whatever the fuck I tried to do with it, and it'd be like something like, Facebook's hawking me Ray-Bans again. I'm like, like I haven't even signed into that. So you get in, you clean out the spam. You're like, somebody's hijacked my Facebook. You know, get all that crap out of there. And then you think you delete it again. You don't. Eventually, you stop caring. It fades off into non-existence. Then we have this resurgence of Facebook deletion activity or not, or standing
up. I heard
up.
Playboy just deleted their Facebook account.
Right. Whatever the
Really?
case may be recently. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I guess
Playboy.
now that people are
just
talking
kidding.
about it, here's that perfect opportunity to get like a quick answer on like, how do I make this go away if I'm not using it? So I'll go do that. I sign in. I got to recover my password. I got to recover my account. They're like, oh, you got to prove your identity to get into your Facebook that we've already hacked and used to sell watches and sunglasses. We're going to need a driver's license or a passport or whatever before we can let you get back.
Getting a job over here?
Right. Before we can let you
Onboarding.
get back into the account to then go ahead and delete it. So I'm like sitting there like, what's your new password? I'm like, delete fucking Facebook 2018. Like, get rid of this shit. And so it rejects like my first email, which is like a Yahoo, which I've had for a millennia or whatever, as long as it can. And so it doesn't send it to, you have a trash email, right? You have to have a real email and you have a trash email. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So Facebook was attached to the trash email. It would not confirm anything. Didn't matter how many IDs I sent. I sent them my fucking birth certificate, my dick size, eye color. No, I didn't do that. But
No, you did.
I did that.
You did.
They were like, we're gonna need driver's license. I was like, click.
Here's a dick pic, assholes.
Yeah, right.
Drive this.
I pulled a mic. I was like, this is for you. No.
Yeah, I knew you guys were happy. Here's, have this.
Right. So get this. They need an ID. Nothing's working. I can't get back in. As soon as I provide them with my real email address, my no bullshit email address, boom, right in. I'm able to get back in my Facebook. So 2 things. They gained all of my personal identification information and the actual email address that I never attached them to begin with, just to get into the account to delete it forever, right?
Which
Takes 2 weeks.
Well, it's
also,
a conclusion of that.
it takes 2 weeks to delete it.
So I am still a little bit butthurt about that, where it's like, I just wanted to click the delete button, and you made me give you more information. This whole runaround is about the whole, who's getting what. And you're going to make me give you more to delete. Like, come on.
Look on the bright side, though.
Fucked up thing, man.
At least you're a great glasses salesman.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, you don't even have to try. You can sell glasses
Actually, I think
without
I'm
even
wearing
trying.
Ray-Bans, aren't I? Fuck, I am wearing Ray-Bans. Shit.
This corporate stooge over here.
I hate my life. Yeah, right? Jesus, no.
We just totally tore down the curtain.
Full circle. There it is.
Well, I just think I just don't. I just think people get too intertwined into the social media thing that
Right.
they forget to actually live life for
Go
themselves.
outside,
Yeah, it's like oh, that's what the fuck I'm doing. What are you doing? Why are you doing that while fucking showing people you're doing that?
Yeah.
All right, guys,
You know,
hold
you
on. I gotta check Instagram.
Let me know
What's
how
new?
it is.
Yeah, what's new?
What's
Never
new,
had
man?
one.
What's going on? My buddy was like, "Oh, you should get Snapchat because you'll know what's going on." I'm like, "My friends call me. That's when I know what's going on."
I will never get Snapchat.
I'll never
I
get it.
can't handle
It's-
that bullshit.
I just
I can't
deleted
do it, dude.
I had it for a while
Like-
and I was a lurker, but I finally just deleted the actual account.
I'm like,
It was so hard to
I have a
delete,
phone
too.
number. You can text me that
Yeah, you can
picture.
text it,
You
yeah.
just text it to me.
If it matters, just text it to
and
me.
it's like, I'm driving down the road. Here's
oh my
picture.
god, I'm driving to take a shit. Like, cool. Good
I'm
job.
going 90.
Here's me eating
Idiots.
dinner.
Dude, I don't
I
understand
just
driver
caught a
selfie
beaver
culture.
roll. No.
I don't driving selfie
Driving selfie.
driving selfie culture is just so weird.
I almost like want to hit them
I'm
to
taking,
like cause an accident.
Okay, not driving, but like stoplight or parked selfie in the vehicle, but it's because my dogs are in the back seat and I just, they're cute or something.
Okay, well, you got dogs.
Well, if it's for your
It's
phone,
for-
for your own camera
and then you
roll.
Yeah, it's not like
text
I'm
it.
posting it. I'm
Yeah.
not,
You
like, I
text
send
it
it
to
to
me and
like
you're like,
Leslie. I'm like,
"With
look,
the
the dogs
dog."
are cute. And they're like, they are cute, right? But I don't. I hope I get 1,000 hits on my cute dog. Like, no.
As long as you're
Give a shit about
practicing
my dog.
safe selfie driving.
Safe selfie driving.
It's like Porsche Panamera next to us, flying down the parkway, just laptop in one hand, phone in the other, and like a coffee in between.
And you're just like driving with your fucking knees. Like,
I was rear-ended last year by someone. I was at a stop sign.
What?
Okay. I was rear-ended in the car.
And we got this on film.
I was at a dead stop at a stop sign, hit like 45 miles an hour. Someone
Ran
just,
right up the ass.
yes, pushed me 125 feet down the road from a dead stop.
It's true.
Jeez.
They were
I showed up.
probably
Leslie's
not
like wandering
practicing
around, like,
safe
what
selfie.
happened? Where am I? Like,
The person who hit me was in the hospital for like 5 days.
yep, Grand
Oh,
Caravan.
you were fine though.
She was in.
Oh.
I had a concussion.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty, like a whiplash concussion.
Whiplash
but
concussion, yeah.
my sunglasses and hairpins were in like the trunk of my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You ever been in
They
a
just,
gnarly
like-
car accident?
I was in Grease Thunder once with my brother, which was the Bronco too.
Right. Oh, I love
and
a Bronco, too.
we rear-ended someone, and
you rear-ended someone.
Oh,
we
yikes.
we
Okay.
folded over their trunk, and the only thing that happened to the Grease Thunder was the little crack on the plastic grill. Like,
Nice.
so that's about as the extent of that. I hope not to be in one, which would be cool because I
Yeah.
It sucks.
I'm probably
sure.
not gonna make that.
Yeah.
Is
gonna-
is
Well,
anybody
just be
else-
drunk. Just be drunk or on pills, and you'll probably make it through.
I mean, I'm
I think
already
that's what
like a
happened to
rag
me.
doll.
The
So.
I think I'm safe because I was just fucking high as shit. Like,
No, the person who hit me.
Oh, gotcha.
So there you
Pretty
go.
sure.
Just anytime you're driving, just get hammered, and you'll probably be super safe, right?
No,
Yeah.
the worst one
Tips
I
to
ever
live
saw.
by.
Yeah.
Mike's
Tips-
tips today.
Yeah.
Drink and drive and don't be happy around me.
I mean, don't be
Yeah.
happy.
But it's all for
Don't be
you.
happy around
Right.
me.
I'm like the happiest person, man.
Just like the happiest.
So one time, my brother decided he was gonna light firecrackers in the back of my
Oh,
car.
yeah.
Right when I got my driver's license at 16, I was picking him up from Annandale Skate Park or Alexandria.
You guys made
Arlington.
a rolling prison out of that car.
Oh
Sorry.
god, it was
You
so
couldn't
bad.
get out. Once you got in the car, there was like all the mechanisms.
We,
were
like-
broken.
Dude, I remember her car. That was the first car I
Yeah.
ever drove.
What, I gotta wish
And,
my way out here?
so it was
Yeah.
like it was midnight, and I picked him and Michael Renneker up from the skate park, and we're driving down 95, like 8 miles an hour, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do something," and I was like, "That's fine. I'm just driving." They start lighting firecrackers. They're like, "But we have to light them before the windows go down because of the wind, and then we're gonna throw them out." So my brother lights one, throws it out the window, and then Michael's on the other side of the car, lights one. Tries to put the window down and it's broken, and they just start exploding on the,
Oh
the
my
floor
God.
of my car. I'm going like 80 miles an hour down the highway, and I was like, "Oh my god, the gas
flashing.
tank
Yeah,
is
no,
right
like,
there."
I would love to be the car like driving behind you, seeing all that.
Just and again, Tommy Michael was like screaming, and yeah, I got home and it's just like burn marks all down.
Whatever. Wait, what kind of car was that again?
A Chevy Lumina.
Lumina.
And dude, the panels were coming off on the
Fucking
inside.
Joel had one.
Also known as the
We used
Yeah,
to,
same
four
one.
door Monte Carlo.
We used to roll that up in
Yeah.
IKEA and smoking it in the
Yeah.
parking garage.
And then like Leslie crashed into the
idiots.
barricade in front of the parking space.
I would
She's
always
like,
hit
"You'll
the
never
wall. I
believe
would
what
al-
did." And I was like,
always
put
hit
it in reverse. Like, just
Put it in reverse. That's
Like,
why it's there.
Golly.
No,
I?
the worst one I ever saw. I just bought my motorcycle and my
Death
parents.
trap.
Yeah, my parents were just giving me so much shit. Like or my mom was.
You
She
have a
was-
motorcycle?
I'd fuck up a
Motorcycle,
motorcycle so
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
There's no way. I don't trust myself in a motorcycle. Not at all.
I don't trust myself either, but I said fuck it, you know. But like my thing is like
yeah, yalla.
He's drunk anyway, so.
So like a week
Yeah.
like a week
He was
after
drunk
I
when he
buy my
bought it.
motorcycle. A week after I buy my motorcycle, I'm going to work, like, and I'm just driving my car. There's a motorcycle, probably 2 cars in front of me or something. This is on Dave Boulevard, turning onto Minnieville. So he gets like, so when we turn, we're turning. The first light where there's that fucking the Wendy's in the AutoZone. He's going through. We got a green light. We're all good to go.
Get in the zone.
Yeah, he got in the zone. He fucking went straight through like the green light, and the guy on the other side who was turning left into the
shit.
shopping center,
Fucking glass
T-boned
truck.
him.
Right.
T-boned the shit out of this guy, and like he's probably like 50 feet in front of me, so I can
Yeah.
see everything. He gets T-boned, and he fucking flies, dude. He flies 100 feet, like, and like he died. I mean, yeah, I read on the news later he died. Yeah, and like I was like, I just bought my
It's like the
motorcycle.
accident we saw.
And the thing is, it wasn't his
Yeah.
fault. It wasn't his fault. It was like he was fine, but the other guy just was not looking or didn't
Right.
didn't like
didn't-
gauge it right or
He
whatever.
He didn't run the numbers or something.
You know what?
Right in his car.
You know Adam Savage of Mythbusters?
Yeah, yeah.
I listen to him sometimes, and he put it best. The best way I've ever heard it. God damn it! A good driver is the most predictable person on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, that's
agree.
makes
Actually-
a lot of sense.
We went when we rented that BMW coming back from Chicago at the end of our Finland trip.
Chicago.
Chicago. The new Beamers have like a little AI that runs on the system while you're driving to assess like when you shift, how much gas you're using. Like
We're buying one
if you're
next year,
applying,
by
you're
the
like,
way.
oh yeah, fucking right. So it has all these like algorithms running in the background to judge you as a driver.
Judging.
But
Judging me.
You get
like-
5 stars.
Yeah, you can
for
flip
your
over like so where her
anticipation.
hybrid has like a little broccoli system for how efficient you're driving.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The BMW gives you one on acceleration, predictability, or basically reflexes, and then efficiency, right? And so
Is there an app like that now?
I'm sure there
There's
is.
definitely an app. I think I saw that. Yeah.
Right. So like I'm like scooting through this thing about like while I'm driving, trying to figure out how good of a driver I am, and while I'm doing, it, I'm like, wait a second, I'm sitting here on this touch panel, like, how good can I drive? Oh, whoa, you're driving, right? Jeez. But on that same trip, speaking of speeding and acting like an idiot and bad accidents,
Yeah.
all right. So if you're making time between 2 destinations, like you got to get there quick, you're gonna end up speeding. We're not perfect. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna end
A
up
little
speeding.
bit.
Yeah, you're gonna speed a
We
little bit.
spent a
Mentally,
lot.
you think that you're going fast.
Right.
Like,
So and then maybe it's like a kind of dead time of the night where there's only so many cars on the road, and you end up finding like a speeding buddy. You know, you find a speeding. You see another car that's also kind of going a little too fast.
Oh, so then you kind of like.
And they're like, well, I don't want to get the ticket, but this guy's also going a little fast.
As long as I'm going a little bit slower than him.
Right.
Like,
But then they wait for you to come up, and then you wait for them to come up, and sooner or later you're going like 110. And anyway, so you back off, and
sounds psychotic.
right.
I haven't seen that in so long, but I know exactly,
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right? Yeah.
And it's not like been a common occurrence, but it happened that one night, and I was like, speeding buddies, yeah. So he's like in a Camry or something, just like something pedestrian.
What were you driving? BMW.
That BMW.
A
that we
2018
rented, which it wasn't like an M or anything. It was just.
He was having a bad day, dude, and you just fed into
No, it was like we were like rolled up through like a college town, so like.
It was West Virginia.
It was pretty
Adam
easy
Morgan?
to peg who the driver was, kind of thing.
Morgantown.
Okay. Yeah. So we're like, this is definitely a college kid doing this. But a giant Bronco 1, like the OJ Bronco, comes flying past
Hauling ass.
both
like,
of us. Like, and we
over
are
one-
we
like-
are legit
like
going.
120.
big Broncos.
Yeah,
Like
we're
120.
full size. Well, like if we're going
Jeez.
like if we're fucking around at like 90 to 100, being like, we're breaking the law. This is a bad idea. He comes barreling past, just flying down. We're like,
Booking.
right. So like at that point, I looked at Leslie. I'm like, all right, I'm kind of bummed about speeding game, but on the upshot, we know that guy's gonna get caught before any of us. I bet you in 15 minutes we're gonna see him pulled over on the side of the road. Right?
Boom.
So then I lose speeding buddy. He gets off on his exit to go about his night. We still have another couple hours to go. I lay off. I don't have the game's over. I lost the there's no relative speeder. So
Life has no meaning now.
There's nothing to prove anymore.
Right. So we're cruising along. We come up over this real long incline that just drops back down the side of a mountain because you're in West Virginia. It's all up and down. And I see just a giant box. At this point,
As
I'm
we
like,
come
oh shit, there's
around
a box
corner,
truck.
going
Right?
down a hill.
There's a box truck, and I'm like, wait, that
Stop.
box truck is not moving. And there's no lights on. There's no nothing. Just
In
a
the
box
road.
truck in the middle of the highway on like a cliff on one side, mountain on the other. And we're speeding up to it, and I'm at this point, I'm like, oh shit, I'm slamming on my brakes because it's dead stop. Get up into the right lane. You can see right around the front of the box truck.
There's the car.
Car flipped over. One car straight into the wall, and the Bronco maybe another like 200 yards down.
And the guy
pulled
that was in the
over
Bronco was standing there with his hand on his head like this, just like.
with like, this is like pre-emergency. This is like
Like there was
people,
someone
like,
in the
walking
upside down
around,
car.
dust and smoke and
So
glass.
you were first
and,
on
like,
scene.
Well, and we were like
We had a
hauling
time
'cause we
crunch.
coming up over that hill, and we scoot around,
couldn't
and it's
stop.
like you see like a couple people out there on their phones and stuff, and you're like, I want to stop, but I don't know. This isn't
so
even a
bad.
good place to be. Like if I stop right here, the next car, that Wrangler's gonna be up.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
thing's.
yeah.
And so like I just hope this stuff works out. But we pull past that thing. We got on the news later that
There was, like, one
night or the next
fatality.
morning. And it was sure as shit. I mean, that was exactly what happened. That guy was continuing to go like 120, cut somebody off, caused some horrific accident. Somebody or two people like died. Like
That were not him.
Yeah, that were not him.
There
of
were
course,
two
he
cars
was
flipped
A-okay,
over and
right?
pushed
He was,
into a wall.
Was
he
there
was
any alcohol
golden.
involved?
I don't know.
I don't remember exactly
Yeah.
what the
He was
news
just an
said,
asshole.
but we
I
don't know if
think
he was
he was just an
asshole or if he was
asshole.
drunk, but it was kind of
He
like
had a big truck.
the buck in the back window and the camo on the seat covers, and like it just.
The camo on the seat cover.
Ironically enough, it's actually better that he was just an asshole, not drinking.
No, we don't
Who
know.
knows? We don't know,
I don't know.
but,
He might have been.
Oh.
It was
Because if he
Morgantown.
wasn't, if he was just an asshole and like he just get ticketed for being an asshole.
Right.
But if he was drunk and he did that, he could definitely
Right,
go
but
to
like
jail
you
for that.
you scoot by that thing, and you're like, the worst fucking part is it seems like his whole scenario was fine. More,
Yeah.
all things considered.
Yeah, he got to ruin
Yeah.
everyone
And he's
else's
just
lives, and
fucking
he's
up
just like, let's walk
everybody's
away.
shit, Yeah.
Well, that was like a story like VCU when this fucking dude, these Indian people, I heard about this because like I like fucking retarded. So he basically got super drunk. His friends let him drive, and he was
Jesus.
driving through like Richmond, and he fucking T-boned another car going through a red light or whatever, and he killed the girl in the back seat, and the girl in the back seat was like on a scholarship,
neurosurgeon.
yeah, going to fucking be a doctor and shit, and she died. And like he went to jail for like 2 years or something. And I remember
Jeez.
because my brother-in-law knows him, and he was like, that guy in high school was a fucking idiot. And I was just like, well, he killed someone, so you guys were all right,
Yeah, you're
Dude,
right. he
driving
is
like
an
an idiot,
Still
like-
is an idiot.
Still is an idiot,
right.
like fucking retard.
If we're on like car crash stories and coming close to an hour, might as well end it. I'll end you guys with this story then.
Oh,
Okay.
So
Go.
when I first broke my neck, when I was in the hospital, the worst accident I'd ever seen. Everything was a lot There was a lot of car crashes, a lot of gunshots. The most thing I saw was pool accidents. But people diving into pools and shallow water accidents.
Yeah,
But
you don't want to fuck with that.
the worst one I ever saw was, I remember I was in the gym and I was still like a couple weeks into my accident and stuff, and I see this old lady, they're just holding her up, working with her and stuff. I was like, man, what happened to her? He's like, oh, she was just taking a bath. I was like, oh, I slipped in the bathtub.
Yeah.
But then she's like, and then a drunk driver drove through her house and hit her.
What?
And that's how she was paralyzed.
What?
Yeah, the worst one I've ever heard.
I mean,
Wait, say it
and
again.
I'm
Say
thinking like
it
a
again,
bathroom.
so-
There's not too many bathrooms that are like an exterior wall
Yeah.
on a house.
This
like,
guy's fucking just drunk as shit, plowed through her house and just enough to go to her bathroom, and she's taking a bath and just,
I mean, a
Paralyzed now.
car
Goodness.
is your like biggest weapon.
Right.
You can just
Yeah,
take
before
out
we-
a car.
Before we close out here, increasingly worried about how much people actually learn about driving cars. And like, I get that most people now are relying on like, oh, sooner or later they'll drive themselves. But nobody seems to be thinking about the thing. It's like 2 tons of just like a fucking solid block of material just hauling ass down the road.
Just going at
like,
a high
please,
amount of
just
inertia.
like, if nothing else to pay attention in schools, just pay attention to a couple moments of physics. Like, even if you're good or bad at it, just understand the whole like,
And sex education.
yeah,
please.
sex education and physics.
Yes.
throw that
please.
one in there.
You know what they need to teach in school? Pulling out. Jeez,
yes.
man. There are a lot of situations that you just pulled out. Like self-control, guys.
Change it so
Jeez.
quick.
Self-control.
Well, all of our world's
We don't
problems.
have kids. That's all I have to say. It's been a long time.
Never been on birth
right?
control once.
You are a smart guy.
Yeah. She actually tried birth control once, and she turned into a psychotic raging bitch. It was
for 1 month.
it was horrible. And
Can't
she
even
was-
imagine that.
No, and she was like, "I'm being a horrible person." I was like, "You are."
You are my fucking feelings hurt.
No, but for real, education is important and health education is important because our world is overpopulated and
Yes.
our problems right now are due to
Dude,
overpopulation.
literally first thing they taught me in economics was there is resources and there's scarcity of
Yes.
resources.
Yeah.
There's limited resources and we have to manage them accordingly because there are a certain amount of people that can only have that many resources.
There are also
like-
certain people you don't want to procreate.
Right.
So
Wow.
you don't need
Yeah.
more of those or
Heavy.
those.
I'm glad we're ending on a positive note.
Life is awesome.
Stay safe. Let
So
other
we-
people be happy as
Don't
long
go
as
to
they're not
India.
fucking with anybody
Don't
else.
get India. It sucks.
Don't go to India.
Unless it's the mountains where like
You might just get pregnant just by walking off there.
They're
So
just
hear that,
jizzing
folks?
out the windows, just hoping for like an open set of legs.
Oh my
Just,
god.
Yes.
And that's how it works. Evan.
Educate yourself. You can do it.
In your car, in your
Right.
sex, and in your knowledge.
Stay smart. Try to be. You'll make a mistake. Learn
All right.
from it.
All right, guys. Mike, thanks for subbing in. Leslie and Evan, thanks for being on again.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah? You feel like you redeemed yourself?
I don't think you didn't mess up. When I watched it, I was like,
totally redeemed yourself.
it totally redeemed yourself.
Totally. No, I think like where you're saying that is because you don't know the stupid shit I was thinking about. It was,
Yeah, but I don't. But that's like any
I get
situation,
you, I
right?
get
It's
you.
like
He
any
thought I
situ-
was being.
No, I don't even.
It doesn't.
just-
Yeah.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about it sometime.
We're good. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Let's take a break.
Sweet.